Today I'm making Flappy Bird in different engines, but each one gets better. The first one is Scratch Junior. Yes, the one made for little toddlers. Now that would make you think that it would be the easiest one, but the lack of blocks make it so hard. Let me show you the stupid stuff I did to make it work. So I tried the sprite editor, and it wasn't simple, it was just bad. I tried a couple different configurations for the jumping and gravity, but all it gave me was this glitchy mess. So after a bit, I figured out the most stupid yet smart thing ever. So I have these two dots. When you click jump, this one moves and resets after a second. And when they're not touching, it makes you jump. And when they're touching, you fall. Here it is in action. It works somehow. Pipes were simple. All I had to do was make them go to the left. Next, I added the def screen and I added collisions to the pipes. That's all I did for Scratch Junior. Now it's time to move on to Scratch. Scratch is one I have experience with, and also there's actual games made on this, so I'm actually kind of excited for this. First, I drew the bird in Scratch's art editor. Then I gave him gravity, and I also made him jump. Now it's time to add the pipes. First, I drew them, then made them move to the left. Oh yeah, I also drew a background too. I made this super fancy death screen. Then I made a proper start button instead of using that green flag. So that is all I did for Scratch. So now it's time to move on GDevelop. So I was trying to draw a bird, but the original outline kind of looked like a rat, so I'm keeping it. I've never used GDevelop before, so it's kind of all new to me, but I did manage to learn it a bit and get this jumping done. Next, I drew the pipes. I will say I do like the visual coding for this. It's actually really intuitive. And now the pipes work amazingly. Okay, but seriously, can we just admire this for a second? How did I manage to mess this up so badly? It's time to test out my new code. Well, it crashed. This is bringing me back flashbacks. It signed me out like twice, which was kind of annoying and made me lose some progress. Not like I had much. Whatever, I got back on track and I fixed the pipes. I split them in two so I could actually put the collisions properly because I'm kind of stupid. Last but not least, I added a score counter and made it restart whenever you touched a pipe. And yes, I got lazy, so that's all this game is going to be. Now it is time for Unity. First, I made Ye Old Bean and gave him gravity. Now to code in the flapping script. Oopsies, forgot to attach the script. Now it works. Maybe a little less jump height though. Yes, I'm leaning into the joke and making the player bean. You're welcome. I also added walls on the bottom and top so you don't go flying away. Time to code the pipes in a language I am finally used to. I don't get why nothing can work first try for me. Since I'm really good at this stuff, I managed to fix it, and now the pipes are working really nicely. Next, I made the most lazy start menu I could possibly make. Then I coded in the def script so when you hit a pipe, you died. Whatever. It looks good enough. And lastly, I got a code in the score counter. Well, that's it for this game. So, which one won? I'm gonna say none of them because all these engines are valid engines other than Scratch Junior. Why are you using Scratch Junior? Anyways, thanks for watching. Link to play Bean Jump is in the description, and bye bye.